Hello, welcome. This is blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that what is performing the best outside crypto and actually even inside crypto. And Bitcoin is now also going up. We could see nice inflows into Bitcoin spot ETFs recently. Also, the CPI data just came out yesterday. Today is the PPI coming out, and a lot of other things in today's video. So don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on blockchainbloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's start. All right, when we're looking at the price, we can see that Bitcoin is up 3% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum more than 6% up with this. Bitcoin $95,066 US dollar. Ethereum $3,328 US dollar. When we're looking at the top gainers, Dash is keep going up in a week 50%, in a day 74%, and in a day 45%. Then we have Story up almost 30%, ICP almost 20%. We see some nice gains in the alts here in the top 100. Losers, not really losers. MYX down 5%, Memecore 4% down, Canton 3% down, and pretty much, that's it. And now when we're moving to the Bitcoin candlestick chart, we can see that, Bitcoin, let's go to the daily now here. So we can see now that we broke yesterday this resistance and out of this ascending triangle. So now what we should definitely watch, can we stay above it? So we closed yesterday above it, but it would be very important to close the week above it. And then there will be a possibility that we can go to the next step, which could be around 100,000-ish Bitcoin again. So maybe the relief rally could really start soon, but we have to be patient. Let's watch. But we have now recently seen some nice moves. And okay, now let's focus on the assets which are performing very well right now, because always something is doing well, and actually a lot of things doing well. So let's check them. So as I said, quite a lot of things performing pretty well. So look at this list. Stock is actually all-time high. We have gold records, so we can check it here. I'll show you a couple of examples. Here we have S&P 500. Look at this. All-time high. We have actually gold. We have all-time high. We have silver, all-time high this week. And if we just continue this list, we have home prices, record high, Cooper, record high, platinum, record high, money market funds, record high, and so on and so forth. So a lot of things performing well, and this is actually a sign. This is not just a coincidence that everything is going up, and which we can see that fiat currency is losing its value. The US dollar just lost 10% of its value just last year in 2025. And inside crypto, now we have privacy coins doing pretty well. When you, as you have seen here, Monero is right now all-time high. Dash exploded, as I just showed you, in a couple of minutes ago. Here you can see that actually when you're looking at here, this is the yearly chart, goes back to last year, and here we had Dash nicely going up, but here look, it started again going up. When we're looking at the max, that's a different picture, right? For Dash, but when we're looking at the short term, this now looks good. Monero, on the other hand, when we're looking at the big picture, we witnessing right now all-time highs. And we haven't seen Monero on this level since 2021. And, when we're looking at Zcash, Zcash was the one also which went up just like crazy. This was the privacy coin we started earlier to pump heavily. But now we have some constellation. We have, you know, the developers behind Zcash move on and forming a new company. But Zcash is an open source protocol, so you shouldn't forget about this. So the story continues, but you know, we had this huge bump recently back in 2025. So now we're going a little bit sideways, but you know, it can also catch up. The reason why Monero went now crazy, because people were worrying about what's happening around Zcash and probably moved to Monero. This could be one of the reasons why Monero pumped now, and others as well. Okay, now let's move on to the new CPI data, because that came out as well. So we have now the new CPI data. The focus said it could be 2.7, and it was exactly 2.7. So just as we thought it going to be. And by the way, the month before it was 2.7 as well. So the good news is that the inflation hasn't started to increase again. So now we see, you know, it's kind of steady where it was like a month before. We're looking at here the core CPI, which is, you know, excluding food and energy. There the forecast was 2.7 and it turned out to be better, 2.6, but a month before it was 2.6 as well. So it's about on the same level. And today is the one when we're looking for the new PPI data, which is will come out soon. So maybe by the time we're watching this video, it's already out, but it's another data what we are watching. And okay, if you remember yesterday, I talked about it that, was it yesterday? I believe. That Jerome Powell talked about the fact that you know, there's a huge push on him and there's an investigation against him. It's all because the Fed is not decreasing the interest rates, and you know, now it looks like that the world central banks standing behind Powell. So now the Fed and Powell has a huge pressure from the President of the United States, Donald Trump. And because of this, you know, there's some investigation also going on. The world central banks, however, rally behind Powell, stress Fed independence. So global central banks leaders have railed behind U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, warning that political pressure on Fed risk undermining financial and economic stability worldwide. So it's very, very important in the future as well that the Fed stays independent. Whoever is the president, whichever party is leading right at the moment, you know, it shouldn't have an impact on Fed's decision. And this is good as it is right now. Yes, we do know that if they would, you know, decrease the interest rates heavier, that would pump the market, but would cause other problems as well. So we have to be kind of patient. We're going to see how it will change. When we're looking at now for January, it's almost no chance for Fed rate cut. This is what they said earlier as well. Yesterday, the new CPI data came out, and yesterday morning it was 5% for an increase. Now it's just 2.8. So more than 97% goes for no rate cut whatsoever in January, and pretty much the same goes now into March. 72% that no rate cut even in March after the January FOMC meeting. And one more data, we could witness now yesterday very nice inflows into Bitcoin spot ETFs, more than 753 million US dollars. So this is a big number actually, and this went just in Bitcoin spot ETFs on the 13th of January. I think these were the main news for today, and don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, just simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.